Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our live chat. I'm Tina. This is Vacations for Canadians, and I'm thrilled that you're joining us tonight. Whether you're dreaming about your next escape or planning a once-in-a-lifetime getaway, you're in the right place. Tonight, we're really excited to share with you that we've expanded our luxury travel collection featuring hand-picked cruise lines and curated land tours for travelers who want nothing but the best. Our new collection showcases 21 world-class luxury cruise lines, each offering unforgettable experiences. Think a private yacht in Santorini for a sunset champagne cruise, a chauffeured vintage car tour through the French Riviera with a personal guide. Picture yourself in an overwater suite at sea, plunge pool, butler service, and endless ocean views. How about a helicopter transfer straight to a Tuscan vineyard for an exclusive wine tasting? That one sounds really good. Of course, luxury isn't just about where you go, it's about how you're cared for along the way. And that's why we're going to be announcing our new white glove concierge service. More details later, but it's providing personalized end-to-end support from the moment you start planning until you return home. We handle every detail, anticipate your needs, and ensure your vacation feels effortless. All right. Who have we got here? Tonight on our panel, we have Rick and Karen. I do believe Matt's coming. So, yeah, is he here? Linda, can you? Oh, there he is. So we're going to throw Matt in. I think Trisha's here. Okay, so we have some of our agents on with us, and we have a very special guest. Margarita from Azamara is here with us. Woo, woo. And this is perfect timing because we are about to head into our supplier of the month for August being Azamara. So this is great timing. We're launching our luxury cruising collection, and we're also having Azamara as our supplier of the month. So August is all about luxury. Rick is going to be giving you an insider look at these amazing offers. We will be answering any questions that you have. So grab a cold drink, relax, and let's start planning your dream vacation. All right, Rick, take it away.
I think I'll go get a drink myself, actually. All right. Thanks. Yeah, so tonight we'll be talking about luxury cruising and the different types of luxury cruising that are available to you and the features of each type. So on we go. So there's luxury cruising. You can break it down into three different categories, and I'll show them on the next slides. But luxury cruising doesn't restrict you to where you want to go. You can go anywhere on the globe that you go on a regular cruise line. There's no shortage of places. In fact, these cruises, you can go to more places because the ships are smaller and they can get into places that the larger ships can't. As well, there's no shortage of high-level service that you're going to get on these luxury cruises. They're really something special. They define themselves this way. And then at the end of all that, you're going to have no shortage of memories that you're going to be creating. So how do we define luxury cruising? So list the service levels. So how do we define service in an analytical way, if you want? It's number of guests to staff. On some of these, like Azamara's, the Regents, the the Oceanias, you'll have about 1.5 guests per staff. On a Silversea, you'll have 1 guest to staff. So if there's 200 guests on a ship, there's going to be 200 staff. So imagine the service levels you're going to get with that many people supporting you. If you compare that to celebrity or princess, celebrity will be about 2 to 1, 2 guests for 1 staff. Princess will be 2.7 to 1. So the ratios get higher in the regular cruise lines. The food and the dining is exceptional, and they have Michelin quality dining. In fact, Oceania, their claim to fame is finest cuisine at sea. Now, I'm anxious to try that myself, but that's the claim, and that's typical for across the luxury cruise line. Unique destinations. They'll be able to go places that the larger ships can't. Example is Saint Tropez. I'm going to be on a cruise next year on that Azamara, and only luxury ships can get into Saint Tropez. They're small. The other ones can't. Suites. If you're looking for suites, luxury cruise lines are going to have them. Some of them are all suites, like Silversea's, Regent, Seabourn, and Ritz-Carlton. Other ones are majority suites. And then you have some exclusive experiences that you won't find anywhere else. Like on my last river cruise I did last month, on Scenic, we had a private concert. I'm not sure what the right word is, and it was an opera ballet type of thing, and it was only for the guests on our ship. 144 people attended, and that was it. It was only us. It was a great evening. It's one we're not going to forget. Azamara has their As Amazing Evenings, so it's a similar type thing. And then the all-inclusiveness of it. And generally, a lot of the things that people are looking for, the premium beverages, the gratuities, the excursions, are all included. Now, obviously, these change with the different cruise lines, but they're typically packaged up well. So the three categories of luxury. Well, you have your ocean, and if you want to go to the Caribbean, the Med, South Pacific, wherever you go on a regular, you can go here and more. You can also enjoy longer stays and overnight stays. On river, you can go to all those rivers, the major rivers of the world, the Rhine, the Danube, the Douro, and you'll enjoy the small ship experience, 140, 150 people. And at the end of the week, you'll know almost everybody on the ship. Expedition is where you introduce venture into luxury. And you'll see, we'll be talking about Antarctica, walking on right beside the penguins, that type of thing. So let's get into the ocean. So I have each of the categories I just described. There's a couple of slides on each. So ocean, what defines it? Well, and with luxury, there'll be, I call it large here, but they're smaller than the contemporary cruise lines. For example, Icon of the Seas will have 5,500 guests. These will have 200 to 700 guests. So really more intimate, and creates that small ship atmosphere you're looking for. They can go down to, like, Paul Gauguin has 300 guests on a ship. The Seabourn could have 250. So they range in the small side. They all have multiple restaurants that you can, specialty restaurants. For example, with Azamara, again, I know that one because I'm going to be on it next year. It has two specialty restaurants, the Aquilina and the Prime Sea. You can get Italian with homemade pastas, or you can get steaks, premium cuts. So that's the type of high-class dining you're going to get on a luxury ship. And then there's this spa. Well, they can, if you want a massage, you want acupuncture, thermal suites, salt rooms. All these things are available on these, not on every ship, but they're available if you're looking for them. So what are the features of it? Well, you have butler service. What are you going to do with a butler? Well, if you want to have that special specialty coffee, cappuccino delivered at 7 a.m. to your room, they're going to do it. If you want somebody to pack or unpack, I wouldn't ask, but anyway, some people do.
You're referring to me?
I didn't say a thing. But the butler's there to help for all kinds of things and more. So you just ask, and they'll deliver. specialty restaurants, I mentioned that. These ships are well designed. They're kind of above in terms of their design, and I'm looking for the right word, but they're elegant looking. They have shore excursions like Tina described at the beginning. If you want a private helicopter ride over the glaciers in Alaska, you can do it. If you want a culinary masterclass with a Michelin star chef, you can sign up for them. So these are things that are available that they're hard to find elsewhere. Entertainment, well, you won't find the grandiose shows that you'll see on a celebrity or princess, but they'll have some great entertainment nonetheless. Because don't forget, they're smaller ships. Now we'll move on to, so who are the players in this field? Well, these are all the major players: the Regent, the Silverseas, the Seabourns, Azamara, Oceania, Viking. We sell all of these. We have some great group prices on some of them, like Azamara's, you'll hear from Margarita later. But we have some great exclusive group rates there, and we have even a couple of hosted cruises that are available for there as well. All right, river. One of the key things with the river, if you look at the picture on the right, you'll see a long, slim ship, and just a couple of decks. That's because they have to fit under the bridges on the rivers. And long because, well, that's how they're going to fit 150 to 200 people. So there's typically 3 decks on each of these ships, 1 down below and 2 above with balconies. And the top deck is open to the air, so you can walk up there. You can do some make some laps on the deck, and there's some. They have different things. Some have even pools. One of the key features of a river cruise is you can dock in the city center. We were just in Vienna and Budapest. We just walked off the ship and we were right there. It was an incredible experience there. If you want to have some scenic cruising through some historic landscapes, like last year we did the Rhine Gorge. You're sailing through these valleys and there's castles on each side. It's unbelievable, that sailing experience. You won't get that on a ship, on an ocean ship. And they have the local guides. So when you get into Budapest, for example, there'll be guides from Budapest showing you around. And the excursions are typically all included, mostly included. Yeah, so I said, so the shore excursions are mostly or all, depending on which cruise line we're talking about. Beverage packages are there in different styles. Some have wine and beer at lunch and dinner. Some have anytime you want, any drink you want. Gratuities are included. Wi-Fi is there as well. And some have the butler service as well. We had it on our last scenic cruise, and quite honestly, we didn't know what to do with the butler, but we made some requests, not much. Yeah, so the top right picture there, you'll see the picture of an Avalon. That's where the bed is actually facing out the window. And you can sail by, you can lie in your bed, look straight out the window and enjoy the scenery going by. That's it. So it's mainly, one of the key things for me anyway, is the small ship experience. You get, like I said, you get to know everybody. You're busy all the time. You're touring. You're interacting with people. It's an amazing time. Now the major players in the river cruise are Tauck, Uniworld, Scenic. These on the left are what you call the ultra luxury ones. So they'll have everything included. They'll have all the shore excursions. They'll have smaller groups for the tours. Drinks and gratuities, as well as the butler service. The ones on the right are luxury. So the Avalon, the Ami Waterways, the Viking, as well as the ones on the bottom, the Emerald, these other ones. We even have one that does the US, the American Cruise Lines. if that interests you. So moving on now to expedition cruising. So this is where we introduce adventure into luxury. Just look at the pictures on the side there. So you got, it's a ship, a seaborne ship, and at the Antarctic, and they're taking a Zodiac to do a landing. It's an amazing experience. I can only wish to do it one day, but I have a lot of clients who have. They're happy they went. So expedition cruises can go to Antarctica, they can go to the Arctic, they can go to Galapagos, and South Pacific, Kimberley, Australia, even go to the Scottish Highlands. They're smaller ocean ships, and if you want to see, walk beside the penguins, be able to take those pictures in the Galapagos, this is the thing for you. They have expert guides to guide you, and they'll give you lectures and explain things to you before, so you appreciate what you're going to witness. On the ones that are in the polar regions, well, there's special ships that are designed for the polar to handle the ice. Some even have some subsea viewing experiences. Now, those aren't included. Like Seabourn has 2 custom-built subs that handle 6 guests at a time. I don't know how much those cost, but sure it's not included, that's for sure. Scenic has them, Viking has them as well. And then, so despite being more adventure oriented, there's no compromise on the luxury that's provided. You still have the spacious suites, you still have the great dining, food, the drinks packages, you have the spa, it's all included. It's all included. And on the polar ones, you'll even get to keep the parka that you can see the bottom right, bottom left, sorry, the red jacket. You'll get to keep those. So who are the players in this field? In the expedition cruising, it's the Silverseas, the Seabourns, the Scenic. These are the big ones. The HX, the Norwegian expedition cruise line, Ponant French line, and Atlas. These are the big players in this game. Celebrity at Galapagos as well, and Viking. So Vacations for Canadians sells all of these, and if you have any, we're all of us, Matt, Karen, myself, Tina, we're all here to help you find the right cruise, the right type of cruise, the right ship to meet your needs. Now here is a comparison chart, a summary chart, if you will. So ocean is for like 200 to 700 guests, 7 days. Typically, could be up to 14 roughly, and I could cost around 4,000 to 20,000 depending on the ship and the package you take. Again, Vacations for Canadians, we do have some group rates on a lot of these sailings, and a lot of them with Azamara's, in fact. And we'll not only great rates, but we'll get some extra perks in there as well. River cruises, we also have some group rates. I think Matt has a Christmas cruise, river cruise on his plate, and it's again 100 to 200 people. I love those river cruises, and you can get them. They're well priced when you consider the fact of what's included in there. The shore excursions are all included. The beverages. It's a good package. So. And then the expedition cruising, when you like the adventure and the different aspect of that, they tend to be pricier, they're longer, and well worth the experience. I had some clients that did an Antarctic cruise, and then they signed up for an Arctic cruise after that to do the Northwest Passage. So they really loved it. So ocean cruises, if you like ocean cruises, we have a luxury solution for it, looking for a little bit more all-inclusive package with a little bit more elegance in there. That's the ocean cruise side. River cruise, it's if you want to go down the river, small ship experience, and then experience the way the way people live in those cities. That's we love that. An expedition is for the adventure seekers who want the luxury as well. And luxury is all that. It's all the inclusiveness. It's all the small ship. It's all the perks that we just described. We love it. I love it. And that was my last slide, I think. So who wants to take this one? Tina, are you going to talk on this one, or?
Well, that's us.
Yeah.
Linda made us have our pictures taken. So I just, just back to the butler thing, Rick. We did specialty dining in our room last week, and it was course by course. The butler brought they brought the appetizers, and then they came back half an hour later with the meal or whatever it was, and it was really a great experience. I mean, we didn't use our butler that often either, but our friends did. They used their butler. Sorry if you can hear the dogs losing their mind in the background. Anyways, so yeah, that is our luxury team. And I think Linda wants to do a wee bit of a presentation as well, just to sort of coincide with the launch.
I do, but we have some questions. So I thought maybe we could get to those first.
Oh, we can do that, sure.
Are we good with that? So,
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with Barbara. And Barbara asked, are there single supplements usually more on luxury cruises? I'm assuming so.
So why don't we have Margarita answer about Azamara, and then the rest of us can also maybe talk about the other cruise lines.
Yep, that's a fantastic idea.
Well, thank you. So single supplements, normally speaking, when you're booking a cruise, if you are traveling solo, you pay 200% of the regular fare. There are situations, I know with Azamara, and I'm assuming other brands will do the same, where we'll have single supplement specials. So we do have what we call solo deals. They're closer to departure. Sometimes they could be 175% of the fare basis. I've seen them as low as 100%. I actually had a travel agent in the East Coast she was traveling with her husband and another couple, and she called and said, we're all going to have our own staterooms, and we just transferred the funds. And I thought that was brilliant. She's saying, well, I'd rather sleep on my own than sleep with my husband who snores, and I have room and I get my own bathroom. And so she took advantage of that. Now, those are not, I would say, common day, but they are available if you're completely flexible on the destination and the date. Sometimes you will find some great deals with single supplements, but generally speaking, I would say with us particularly, if you are traveling solo and there are no solo offers out there, you're paying essentially for two people. Did I answer that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can talk about the one that pops into my mind is Ama Waterways. Rick, you probably, okay. So they do have, I think, a couple of staterooms on, I'm not sure if it's all their ships or just a few of their ships, but they're specifically for solos. So maybe Rick, you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. And then there's always promotions and specials during the year where it's either no or low supplements as well. So we have to look for those as well. So again, your agent is going to be the best one to guide you on these things. There's no blanket answer for this one.
Great. All right. Well, hopefully that answered your question, Barb. And as Rick said, if that's something that's of interest, definitely, contact an agent. They can keep their eyes open. They see everything that comes through their inbox about specials. They don't always make it to our website or to our group. So always good to connect with someone. Oh, that was me. Next question comes from Carolyn. She said, does Vacations for Canadians plan on working with Explorer Journeys at all? I heard they are great.
Yeah, Carolyn, that's we sell Explora. I have a lot of clients who only go on Explora. So if you're interested, give me a call. I've dealt a lot with Caroline. That's why I'm answering that way. Yeah, it's a great cruise line. It's one of the better ones out there. It's the luxury cruise line of MSC, but they're one of the top-notch luxury cruise lines out there. It's really something special.
Okay, and she also had another question. She wanted to know if Vacations for Canadians plan on getting more groups. So I'm assuming that means group space in luxury. So that's probably a Tina question.
So it's not as easy as you think it would be. It's actually very set up with the contemporary cruise lines. It's really easy because they make it easy for us to do what we call speculative groups, which is we're speculating that we can sell them cabin by cabin. Most of the luxury cruise lines don't do that. They usually just want us to book affinity groups, which it means that everybody knows each other. So you come to us already with 5 or 8 staterooms ready to go. And then a lot of times even they don't even offer us discounts. So Azamara is kind of an anomaly in that world where we do get a discount by setting up these speculative groups. So we tend to book, we tend to go through the itineraries as soon as they come out, and we pick some really great itineraries so we can get you really great rates and extra amenities. But we don't have a whole lot of other luxury groups. As far as regular groups, I mean, I think we have probably 1,000 groups or so. We have a lot of groups. But we also, because we're partnered with, it's called Travel Leaders Network, we can also get extra amenities on a lot of cruise lines. So most of the, all you have to do is ask us. Most of these luxury cruise lines, we get extra amenities through our partnership with Travel Leaders as well.
Great. And we have another question, and this one is for Margarita and anyone else. I mean, I know most of you have been on Azamara, so you can speak to this as well. What is the variety of entertainment like on Azamara in the evening? Just curious if there is enough variety being a smaller ship.
So that is a great question, and I love it because our entertainment in the Cabaret Lounge is under the guidance of our cruise director. So generally speaking, there's a small entertainment troupe with dancers, singers, and the cabaret band. And they will do 2 shows nightly, normally at 6:30 and 8 o'clock in the Cabaret Lounge. So you can either go see the show before dinner or after dinner. If you're looking for a quieter place to have conversation, in the den we have a piano player, so you can have a specialty curated cocktails. It's a quieter environment. I say that, but I just got off the ship and we did Iceland. It was a bit of a younger clientele on board, and people were dancing in the den, which I had not seen before, so that was interesting. And then in the evening, the living room, which is a quiet lounge during the day, it becomes the disco at night, if I can use that terminology. We'll have a band playing until about 10 o'clock. People are dancing on the dance floor, and then about 10 o'clock until people start to leave, which could be 11 o'clock. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning. We have a DJ playing. So there's 3 different options: the shows, the quiet lounge with the piano player, or if you feel like dancing, you can go up to the living room. So those are the kinds of things that we have. The other thing that I just want to touch on is that we have, on voyages of 10 days or more, something called an As Amazing Evening. And that's when we take everybody from the ship to what Rick was saying he did on a river cruise. But when you're doing it and you're managing 700 people, taking them to a venue, either a cathedral or a theater, or in Kushidasi, we'll go to Ephesus and go to the libraries of Ephesus for a concert, hosted with champagne cocktails and food from the area. So those As Amazing Evenings are things that really strike out in people who have sailed with us. So in a nutshell, we do have entertainment on board. For the size of ship that we have, I'm really proud of the entertainment that we're able to source. We'll also bring on local entertainment, comedians, magicians. So it mixes it up a little bit.
Karen, Rick, Tina, anybody want to add to that? I know you've all sailed Azamara. Matt, I don't think you have yet, right? No, not yet. So Karen, Tina, Rick, anybody want to add to that?
I could just say that my experience in my cruise last summer was extraordinary. The entertainment crew is everybody was so talented. So, for every role in the crew, in the entertainment crew, they were actually performers. They were there doing all kinds of stuff. So there was always something to do. And it was, if you want the piano lounge, you go there. If you want the disco, you go there. If you want a show, you do that too. So it really did have a nice variety. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I've done Azamara a few times now, and the events are so fun, and I've been on quite a few luxury lines, and I would say that Azamara, to me, then with the white night, the amazing evening.
Thank you. I was sitting there like, how did I not talk about white night? But thank you for mentioning it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Rick, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No. I think that the team has done a great job explaining it so far. So
okay.
leave it at that.
All right. So we have another question here. This one comes from Kate. She said, "Can I ask about extra amenities, OBC, possible perks, etc. on a cruise that's already booked?" I figure it doesn't hurt to ask. So I'm not sure. Does this go to Matt? Is this Matt's question?
Yeah.
Matt?
Well, it's definitely my client. Hello, Kate. So we do have our promotional offers that we extend when it comes to onboard credit for our first responders, our military, our medical professional, our teachers. So we do have those. And with a lot of the luxury lines, we're talking about suites. Even the entry level staterooms are suites. And so our promotional offer, when we offer that onboard credit, starts at $50 onboard credit for a 7-night or more sailing. But in suites, that doubles. That becomes a $100 onboard credit offer that we have available. So we can assign that to your booking. And then, like Tina had mentioned before about TLN, so we have our distinctive voyages, we have our culinary collection. So those are 2 different promotional offers through Travel Leaders Network. And a lot of times these luxury lines are affiliated with Travel Leaders Network. And so they will have a promotional offer from Travel Leaders Network that will apply to some of these luxury cruise lines that can be combinable with what we are booking through the cruise line. So whether that's additional onboard credit, gratuities, whether it is a excursion. So it depends on the cruise line what the promotional offer is that is offered through Travel Leaders Network. But that is another opportunity that we have through this affiliation with Travel Leaders Network.
Great. And that might be a good segue. Can we let the cat out of the bag about Supplier of the Month? What's coming up with Azamara since Margarita's here? Are we good with that, Tina?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Do you want to let us know what's coming up for the month of August for Supplier of the Month? I know we have a great offer coming up.
Or is it me that's saying it? Do we have a?
Oh, I was thinking Margarita because she.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure. So I'm so happy that we're working together with Vacations for Canadians. And we have an offer which will be available August 1st, which is just around the corner, until the end of the month. And for any voyage that you book on Azamara through Vacations for Canadians, if you book a suite, you'll receive a $500 onboard credit. If you book a veranda, it's a $400 onboard credit. And if it is an ocean view, you will receive a $300 onboard credit. Now, keeping in mind, if you can see my background, we have a lot of inclusions already. So your gratuities are prepaid, your drinks are always included, or I shouldn't say prepaid, they're included. Your drinks are included. And so that additional onboard credit would be used towards your shore excursions. Maybe you want to visit the spa. So those are the sorts of things that you can use that additional onboard spending credit for. And it's exclusive for our TLN partners, of course, which is Vacations for Canadians. And that is only available for the month of August. So if you're thinking about something, I would honestly say that is the richest offer that we have on the market. And it's a great opportunity to take advantage of that.
We do want to add that it doesn't combine with our group space, but your advisor can definitely do the comparison. It's probably cheaper to book into the group space without the onboard credit, but that's something that we will definitely do the comparison for you. There's actually another layer on that, Margarita. We're actually offering another $100 per Azamara booking for the first 10 people who book in August.
Love it. So can I just add to your comment, Tina, because I know it's not combinable with groups. And I think what your clients need to know is that you think so far ahead. And typically speaking with Azamara and most luxury brands is the price closer to departure gets more expensive. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you've locked in a rate a year, 2 years in advance. I look at the booking reports, and when I see that, 2027 space has been released and you guys have locked in your groups. As the price starts to go up, your group offer is a much richer offer. However, if you are specific, I really want to do this itinerary on this date, and Vacation for Canadians have not locked in group space, then you've got that group offer. But I totally support what you're saying. Your group offer is going to be quite likely a richer, better savings offer. Mm-hmm. But if it's not a group, then go with the partner of the month deal.
Can I just jump in with an example for the group rate?
Yeah, for me, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it was for my hosted cruise, a balcony cabin. If you booked it today directly from Azamara, it's going to be $7,600, and our group rate is $5,200. So it's saving of almost 1/3. It's a huge saving, over $2,000 saving just by booking it through Vacations for Canadians on a group rate. So it's
So Rick and I both have hosted cruises coming up. Rick is doing the south of France, and mine is out of Portugal doing Canary Islands and Morocco. We grabbed what we thought we needed in cabins, and mine is almost sold out. I think there's probably 2 cabins left at this point, and we've compared the prices, and they are much higher if we have to book outside of group, and we can't get any more space because it's a very popular sailing. And that's not until 2027. So, and Rick, I'm not sure, you've booked quite a few people in your group as well.
Yeah, I only have 9 cabins left on mine.
Mm-hmm. I think you took out more. You were. I wasn't sure how many to take out because it was a higher price point. I think mine was about 13,000. But yeah, it's almost sold out for my group.
And then we'd be remiss not to once again mention that Matt has a hosted sailing with Viking Christmas river cruise, which sounds amazing. You want to give a plug there, Matt?
That's right. And talking about these amazing savings. I mean, right now that same sailing, we're doing the Christmas on the Danube, late November of next year of 2026. So right now, if you book that direct with Viking, you're paying over $11,000 for an entry-level standard stateroom, whereas our rates are $81.48. So you're saving $3,000 on a river cruise for the exact same stateroom with the exact same promotional perks. But we also have a champagne cocktail reception that we do that's included in our group that's provided to us by Viking. So I mean, we have additional perks that the cruise line doesn't even offer. Because we have that group. So, I mean, sailing from Hungary through Austria into Germany, just, an amazing time to go for the Christmas markets and be able to see all those amazing countries during the beginning of their Christmas season.
And you get to sail with the captain of fun.
That's right. That's right. I know my way around some mulled wine.
All right, I'm going to ask you each the same question for each one of you before we move on, because I think we've covered all of our questions in the chat. So what is the most unique or extravagant itinerary that you've either planned or done? So we'll start with Rick, and then we can move to Tina, Karen, Margarita, and to Matt to finish off.
Most Wow.
Unique or extravagant. Could go either way.
That I sailed myself or I sold?
Either one.
Well, I would say the most unique that I've sold would be the one of the Antarctic cruises, the expedition cruises. Those are absolutely amazing. I'm envious because clients often send us pictures back, and they're doing those polar plunges, they're doing those walking beside the penguins, and just the scenery and the experience is something else. It's absolutely enticing. Whets your appetite for something like that. That's for sure.
Amazing. Tina?
So, well, you guys know I have traveled. I've been to Asia, Africa, South America, all over Europe. I'm going to go with the Amazon River. And it's funny because I had forgotten about a memory that we had when Barry and I went, that one of our excursions, when we got off, they actually had military at the front and the back of our group with guns as we went through the jungle on the Amazon River.
Wow.
I also, on that same trip, had a tarantula walk up me twice. I got to hold an alligator.
Tina, we're trying to sell cruises here.
Listen, there are people out there like me. They like the adventurous stuff. It was quite the experience, and like I said, I've traveled.
That's awesome. How about you, Karen?
Well, I know a lot of our team here has gone to the Galapagos, and I think that was really something else. Just to experience that small ship and the wildlife that they bring back the pictures of, it just looks out of this world. So that's one that's on my list to do at some point in time, and I'd love to walk a client through that one because it does look so incredible just to have that just true nature experience on that small ship where you're just out there and experiencing it all.
Amazing. How about you, Margarita?
So my whole concept about travel is it can be about escape, but it can be a whole lot more than that. So ideally, it's about gaining a new perspective. So if I think about my most extravagant travel experience, it's going to be when I gained a perspective of Asia. So I know somebody else mentioned Asia, but last year I sailed from Tokyo. We hit a couple of ports in Japan, then went to Taiwan, Hong Kong, a couple of ports in Vietnam, and ended up in Singapore. So that balance between ancient world, the respect for one another, the cleanliness, the friendliness was not really what I expected. Somebody had ages ago said Japan is this great combination of chaotic serenity. So if you've ever been to Shibuya Crossing, where everybody stands while the light is red, and as soon as it goes green, you could have between 2,000 and 3,000 people crossing the street in all directions at the same time. It's safe. I think that was the biggest eye-opener for me as a cultural difference. And I absolutely loved it. If you get a chance to go to Japan, highly recommend it.
Amazing. And Matt, wrap it up for us, please.
Well, I mean, I was getting so excited listening to Margarita talk about Japan because, as everyone else on the panel knows, I'm just a few short months away from going to Japan. And prior to our cruise starting, our hotel is in Shibuya, right outside the crossing. So I can live stream literally from the center of that chaos. I can't wait to go there. But in the lead up to that, it's kind of funny that when you work with other like-minded people who travel so much and you get to hear about all their experiences. And to be honest, like as Linda highlighted earlier, I'm one of the few on the panel who haven't sailed with Azamara. And I love the idea of these unique itineraries that are focused on one destination. And I have a military background. I served in Bosnia. So I was right there on the edge of Croatia. But my familiarity with Croatia is fairly limited because of, access, the areas that we could access versus the areas we obviously couldn't access. But to see those Azamara itineraries that are so focused on Croatia and being able to hit all those small, unique ports in Croatia, that is something that has just been on my bucket list. And my wife will not stop talking about this sea organ that we have to go and check out. And so I'm very excited to be able to check that one off my list very soon. And when I hear other people talk about it or people that I've booked on it, I always tell them, I'm like, this is one of my top ones. I'm so jealous. Please share with me your photos or stories because I can't wait to be able to go see this in person.
Amazing. So that wraps up our Q&A. I'm going to switch back to our presentation and hand it back off to Tina.
Oh, okay. So this is our, I guess, soft official launch of our white glove service. We'll be sharing more on socials over the next couple of days. But we are going to be offering a optional white glove service for anybody who books upper premium, luxury, so, small ship, luxury, river, or expedition. And what that means to you is that we will provide you with door-to-door service as far as helping you navigate everything that you need to book for your cruise, your upcoming cruise. So for $275, and that includes your taxes, which is, if you think about how many hours it's going to be going into this, it's really actually very cheap for us to offer it for $275. But it shows a commitment to us that you want our help. And so we will look at everything, whether they be private transfers, whether you want a car, whether you need help with excursions, hotels, basically everything. There's a company that takes your luggage to the cruise for you. Like, there's all sorts of things out there that we can help you with. And all you have to do is ask. And we will provide you with our white glove service.
Very exciting. All right, so I am going to give you a sneak peek at our luxury site, which is launching in the next 2 days. We're just behind the scenes. We're little duck paddlers under the water, just finishing up those final few things that we need to do. But I am going to share the site with you so that you can see it. So it is aimed toward anybody who's interested in luxury. So we'll help you find your ideal journey. We have our trusted partners. Obviously, we have our expert travel professionals. So the Karen, Matt, and Rick are all luxury experts. And Tina, obviously, as the owner of Vacations for Canadians, although not as involved in the selling these days, more keeping us all in line. And then our white glove service and what that includes. And if at all you want a complimentary consultation, it's not, there's no commitment there. It's just a discussion to see how we can help you find that perfect cruise. So you'll find all that on the homepage, and then it goes through small ship, river cruises, expedition cruises, world cruises, and grand voyages, ship within a ship. We didn't talk too much about that tonight as part of luxury, but some of the contemporary lines do have these ships within a ship, so you can find out more information about that. All of our trusted partners. So we're still working on these, but I think we might have one done. Completed there. Oh, I'm still in editing mode, as you can see. So just a little bit about the cruise lines, a couple of interesting itineraries that they do, and then a few pictures just to give you a sense of what they have to offer. And then we have destination pages. So again, it's a taste. So we're not going into too much detail, but we will give you an overview of the destination, some highlights within that destination, and then some not to be missed sites to see. And then obviously you can always connect with us to start your journey. And then back to speaking about starting your journey and the complimentary consultation. So you have a few ways to reach out to us. You can either fill in our online form, which is really easy to do there, or you can reach out to a travel advisor either by phone or by email. And if you want to know a little bit more about them, you can just click on their picture and find out a little bit more about Karen, her top travel destinations and get to see some of her travels. And then obviously you can just click on the email to contact Karen, and it's the same for all of our advisors. So you can click on Matt's or Rick's, a little bit more about our white glove service. So this is a behind the scenes look, but that's going to be launching in the next couple of days, and we hope that it has been it'll be an amazing resource for anyone who's interested in luxury travel. And we actually have another question that came through, so I'm going to pop that up there. So Carolyn said, will you let your clients know if their cruise qualifies for this white glove service upon booking? Does anyone want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Rick, I think she's your client.
Yeah. Caroline just asked.
All right,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not that a cruise qualifies or doesn't qualify. It's a service that we offer, and if you're interested in that service, then there is a fee that comes with that. But then we can look after all those additional reservation issues for you to take care of your flights, your accommodations. We can look after transfers. We can look after pre or post cruise extensions for you on either end of the sailing. So it's looking after all of those, but with that administrative work that we do for you, that's why we charge that fee, because we're going to invest that time and effort to make sure we get you exactly what it is you're looking for to add to your cruise.
Fantastic. All right, and I'm gonna. It's giveaway time. It's giveaway time, and Tina, do you wanna share our news about our cruise chat before I do the giveaway?
Let's do the giveaway first.
Okay. All right. Excuse me. I got to roll off the boat and over to here. So we have some great new swag, and this one's really nice. It's a crossbody bag, and that's what we're going to give away tonight. So the first person to pop in the comments the cruise line that Margarita is with will win this lovely bag. That was an easy one. That was a gimme.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting, I'm going to tell everybody. It's a sad day. It's a very sad day, but we've decided not to continue doing our cruise chats. We love it. We have so much fun on these. You guys are so much fun, chatting with you. But, it's a lot of time and effort, and, we typically don't get a ton of people. We were hoping we could grow it. We did try. But this doesn't mean we're going away. It just means we won't be here on Wednesday nights. So, but we're still available. You can call us, you can email us, you can chat us, you can WhatsApp us. We're still here. We still want to answer all of your questions. You can even put your questions in the Facebook page if you want. I mean, lots of people do that as well. And then, we tend to pipe in, but others can pipe in as well. So, so it's a sad day. We're going to miss you guys, but we're glad we got this one in, because this one was very important. Azamara is Player of the Month, and also the announcement of going all in on luxury. So yeah, that's our news. Linda, who won?
Barb won. So I put my email in the comments. So if you can just send me your information, we'll get that out to you. And we have to end on a happy note. So let's find something positive to end with.
Okay, sure. We could just dream about cruising. That's a positive. And dream about our luxury vacations.
That is true.
Who is it that I think is it Seabourn that they bring the caviar out to you in the water?
That's right.
Yes, that is so crazy. So we have behind the scenes, the marketing team has been busy creating this website. And if you ever want Wanderlust, just work putting pictures up of amazing luxury cruises all day and destinations and reading about them, I'm like, yes, I'm having serious FOMO, and no one I know is going anywhere. I'm just reading about it. It's crazy. So
All right. Well, that's going to close things off now that we have that Wanderlust. And yeah, the website will be up and, well, we have the website already, but the luxury section will be up and running in the next few days. So be sure to check it out. And we'll see you guys online. Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
And everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks all.